Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so in today's video we are going to be making this crane thing, which I realize I made backwards. So we need A, B, C, and then this has to be rotates. Can we rotate it and then... No, you know what? This will be fine. Okay, so we have the tow truck. This one is going to have the roll-off bin. And it's also going to have the knuckle crane. Alright. Now, let's see. When you click on the vehicle, I don't have it up, and it rests on the back, it welds the vehicle to the base, so I don't think we'll have to worry about that. So let me see. What am I thinking here? Well, let's see. It may as well pivot on there. All right. So let's insert attachment. If you insert an attachment like this, it's in the center of the object. Right? And then if you insert another attachment in here, now what we want to do is we want to make a hinge constraint. We'll take this part's position. There we go. Alright, so we'll put everything in the swivel. This is where we'll put the code too. Insert object, we'll put a script. Actually, I don't think we'll need a script here. But what we want to do is weld... Here, we'll call that lock. And we'll put this inside the crane. There we go. Lock. Base. Right? So when the crane isn't moving, the weld is active. When the crane is moving, the weld isn't active. But at that point, we're going to have the vehicle anchored to the workspace. Okay, so now the crane can move left, should be able to move left and right. I'll have to code it. So what I want to do, program it here. Now, as I was saying, from my experience, the user input stuff has to go in the front of the script. Okay, so I already have all the attach stuff here. Interesting. For the bed. For the bed, we're going to have to multiply this by a lot. Right? Because we're going to have one for each tire. One for each tire. Just thinking, I wonder if I can just take that. I probably can. Whatever. Okay, let's just figure it out first on our own before we start mucking about. Okay, so then the next thing we need to do is these things aren't welded. So let's weld this to here, and we're gonna weld this to here. We're going to weld that to there. Now, why did we do that like that? This one here is going to be lower arm lock. Where over here? then this one. The upper arm lock. Okay. Now we want to insert another attachment. And then in our, this is going to be the base for the whole arm. Part C. So we want to insert an attachment into here. And this is also, except we want this one to be... There we go. That way it'll align. Otherwise it'll be on a 45, whatever that is. Okay, so this one could be a hinge constraint. May as well. May as well. Now, this will have to rotate. And we'll make this the pivot. So far we're building the pivots. We haven't added any code. We can do that after. So this is the arm pivot. And this is going to be the base pivot. Now, the base pivot, we're going to make, we've got to say limits enabled. Nah, I don't think that matters really. Okay. What does matter is this one here. We could make this 90, I guess. Which way is it going to go? Let's find out. Let's find out which way it's going to go. Let's make target angle 90. Let's see if it'll turn to 90. No, it won't. But what if we make it minus 90? No, it won't move at all because we need to say boom. We need to unlock it. Oh, it might be anchored actually. It might be anchored because we took these parts off another... Yeah, see, it's anchored. We took these parts off another vehicle. this needs to be inside the model. Right, because when it spawns, it'll scale all the objects. Center of the mass, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So now why is it not moving? Let me see. So this weld is there. This weld is there. That's probably why, maybe, hopefully. Yes, okay. So it moved that way. So now a quick way to adjust this is to just reverse, just like that. Just rotate the pivot itself. There we go. Perfect. And then that way, when we're coding it, we can just say, go to 90 degrees. Okay. Lower arm lock, lock base. This one here will enable. Now, what we need to do is in here, let's see. We need to insert an attachment into here. Get all these worked out, and then we'll put in the elevator. So insert object attachment. All right, and I think I'm going to rotate it like that. Then we want to make this a hinge. Oh, can't. Why is that? Is it because it's welded? There we go. There we go. Now we can re-enable that if we want to. So this will be the jib hinge. Or the jib pivot. Just so it's easier to understand. Okay, now this one also, we're probably going to end up having to rotate. Like that. And we'll have to set it up the same, I'm pretty sure. 0, 90, and then we'll say servo. The only difference between the two, wow, there's a lot actually. It moved. Oh, look where the pivot is. It should be way out here. Okay, so it totally went. Oh, it went this way, I think. I think it went this way. So, we want it to go the other way. Okay, so we could rotate this back around. That's the easy way to adjust. Easy way to adjust these things. Let's just rotate the pivot. Yeah, there we go. So then that went out by 45, and the other one comes out by 90. If we get rid of this lock, and tell it what to do. Okay, so instead of 45, there we go. And now, of course, we'll be able to adjust this manually and adjust this manually. We're just testing that it can fold out. Now, the next thing we want to do is extend these two parts. So for that, we need what's called a prismatic constraint. It's just basically an elevator. And we will go between this part and this part, which we can't do because it's locked. Now these we need to rotate this way because it's going to be, oh boy, oh boy. Oh no, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. Because of the angle that they're at, we have to rotate them individually. And we're going to use, let's see, we'll start here. And then it'll extend that way. Oh, that's right. Okay. Now. Okay, so we want this to go down like that. Does it matter that it's twisted? I mean, probably not. What is going on here? What is going on here? Oh, can I not do that? Has it got to be here? Oh. Alright, we'll just leave it like that where they're in alignment. That was strangely difficult. Okay, so the prismatic constraint, we will call this A, because we already have something A. Now, what we want to do is limits enabled. Limit, we'll set it to 7 perhaps. Yeah, maybe 6.5. Actuator type, same thing, servo. It'll just give us that, when it's a servo, it gives us that steady force. It's slower, but it gives us steady pressure and steady force. Whereas when it's a motor, think of it like more like a motor. And you have to wait for it to kind of, it just actuates a bit different. Target position, 6.5. All right, let's see if it'll extend. Yeah, there it goes. Cool. So now what we need to do is we need to take this one here. And I actually thought it was... Oh, you know why? Because this weld... should be that one there. There we go. And then this one here. Oh, it's A to C. That should be A to B. There we go. All right, and then it'll be able to go even one more. So that way we'll be able to stretch. You know, if the car's over here, we'll be able to come down and reach. And this is obviously where the winch is going to be. So what we need to do now is what we just did. Insert an attachment, and then in this one here we need to insert an attachment. Too many attachments. Now we want starting position to be down here. All right, so we'll copy that position. Make it that position. Oh, before we do that, let's make another one of those. That just allows us to make sure that we're in alignment, that everything's in alignment. There we go. Okay. Now we want this attachment. Just like that, 45 degrees. 45 degrees. And then we're going to do, we'll call this one BB. BB. And we want to say limits enabled. And we'll make this one 6.5 because it's almost the same length. And we'll actuator type servo. Oh, this will have to be minus 6.5. Oh, hold on a second here. No, if we say we wanted to extend. Uh oh. There we go. I see. So it wants to extend backwards, does it? Oh, perfect. Nice. All right, so now we reset everything. Make sure the locks are on. So this will be lock extend. And then this will be lock extend B. All right, so that's that. So we've pretty much set up the crane. Just like that. And everything is inside the swivel. So now when we program our keys, so let's start that. Let's start that. So the first thing we need to do is go into our interface because we still have to add the welding part of it and all that still. So into our controller. Button number 1. What else? That was it. All right. So, whew, just having coffee there. My goodness. All right. So let's make this the up arrow. All right, we also need this at the beginning of the script. Okay, if like key code up, then all right. I hope by now you kind of get the idea of where we're going, how we add the millions of buttons and functions that we want this thing to have. Right? At this point, we've created an interface, we created all these variables. It's the same thing over and over and over again, right? So now what we need to do is we need to go to our controller. We need to add these controls in. which again need to be at the probably right here. Okay. If variable is equal to, then, and this one here will make it dual function, just because when we stop, we want it to stop, so it's easy to just like that. Okay, so we want to say scripts dot parent dot miscellaneous dot parent dot miscellaneous. Where are we here? Model. We're in miscellaneous. Oh, are we working on the right car? That's that one. I thought there was a lot of code there. All right. So we can say script dot parent dot crane dot swivel. Let's see. First, we want to do is we want to say dot lock base dot enabled equals false. Then we want to say script dot parent dot crane dot swivel dot base pivot. Let's see. The target angle equals 90. Script dot parent dot crane dot swivel dot base pivot dot, is it angler speed? Yes. Dot angular speed equals 0.2. Perfect. Now we'll do this. There we go. Okay, so now if we get in there, I should, if nothing else, be able to make the crane go up. And that will tell us if we're communicating, if we're able to bridge the gap. If we can bridge the gap, we can quickly finish the code and try and work on this ugly interface. It went up, but for some reason, I think I may have turned off the wrong weld. Lock base. No, it's lower arm lock. And that's it, essentially. Oh, that's right. I need the... Did I end that? I don't think that needed that 4. Let me see here. Okay, so it had to go after... It has to go down here. For some reason, it does matter where in the code we make the these the keyboard buttons. It matters in the code where they are. The keyboard buttons have to come first, then the on-screen buttons get programmed second. I don't know why, but if you don't program the keyboard buttons first, in my case, that could be different in your case. It just doesn't want to recognize. Okay, now what's going on here? I'm pressing up. Okay, something's wrong. Let's see here. What's going on here? Base pivot. Is that what I'm... Alright, there's a lock here. Oh, it's a lower arm lock. Yeah. Script up here. I think it's the only crane. Now we need to do some troubleshooting to see if the input is getting through. That's what I'm saying. It does matter where in the code it is. It does matter. It matters. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why. So it's going through. It's going through. Okay. All right. So lower arm lock enabled false. And then... Oh, maybe it's the wrong pivot. Ah, yes, we want the arm pivot, not the base pivot. That's a cool thing about troubleshooting. Okay. Now, hopefully, we'll get some action. Yes! Action! Cool. I like that it's going to fold down. And then maybe on the back side, put a cabinet in there with a door on it. On this side here, something. We'll put something in there. Chains, etc. Okay, so now that we have that and we know that it works and we know that we can talk to it, let's finish the controls. We don't need this. We don't need that. Let's see. We need down crane now. So we just basically copy and paste this. Change that. DWN. And in this case, our target angle is going to be 0. Aha. Aha. That would help. There we go. Excellent. So now obviously we could do left and right, and that would be our pivot. Right, I mean, after that, it's, as you can see, it's just copy paste, copy paste. And we have left. And we have right. It's a good thing we didn't want to have to figure out, like, that's about it. Really simple stuff, right? We don't have to figure out any angles yet. Yield your angles, none of that kind of stuff. So really basic programming, right? The crane is going to move the way we tell the crane to move. So in this case, we do want to disable the base lock. .crane.swivel .lock base. All right, and then this is going to be base pivot. Now, I guess we'll see what it does here. Oh, I've already done the angular speed. Yeah. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking. So left. This will be base. Lock base. And then this is going to be base pivot. As you can see, there's just so much to these things. There's so much. I mean, it takes hours to, but the reward is we get something really cool that we can check out. Okay, so let's see if that works. So that should be the base pivot. All right, so in the next video, what we'll do. Oh, cool. Look at that. Angular speed. Oh. Whoops. There we go. There we go. I know the wheels are going to turn left and right. But it's just an easy way of handling the crane. Cool. Awesome. And then what I can do with the truck is disable the left and right for steering. I think it's the secondary, is it? Yeah, secondary. Okay. So that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. You guys are awesome. In the next video, we will continue on to make the crane. I may as well, this is going to replace the roll-off truck. It may as well, because it's cool. It's got the crane. So in the next video, we will continue to build that. Now, these here are rod constraints. So what I will probably do, and I had to... let's see if it lets me do it. Basically, it would be from there to there, but it's not going to let me because this one has a weld, right? Which is the... It's so funny how that is. Just like that. And then make another one on the other side. Make it gray. Smoke gray. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I got an upgraded headset, so hopefully the audio is going to be a bit better in this one. Again, thank you so much for putting up with all that stuff. We got lots of stuff coming up here. Alright, so let's test this. Let's test this out. Oh, it doesn't move now because of the rod constraints. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Because the rod constraints would have to extend. See, if we could... I see. So... I wonder, can I just put these on here just for decoration then? Oh, hold on. Hold on. I think it's that one there. I think it's that one there. No, it's not that one there. Is it that one? Not that one either. Come on. Which one is it? Wouldn't be lock base. Wouldn't be that one. Could be that one. Maybe I have to unweld the whole thing. No, or it's just not going to let me do it. I'm just trying to put it on as a decoration. Lock base. That's the only thing I can think of. No, it's not going to let me. It's not going to let me. That's A. Weird. All the welds are off except for locking the base. Let's try that. No. Okay, what if I insert another attachment? Alright, so this is basically, I'm just going to be playing around with this for the next little bit. I'm just curious here. Curious. What time is it here? 11:46. Alright. No more music. That is the end. That was the end of the video. It's over. It's all over. Yeah, for some reason I can't do that. Cool. Well, anyways, it's probably just has to do, so we'll have to figure something else out. But that works there. So once again, thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing. You're awesome. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Cheers.